Yo, Nakama, how is it going? It is your boy Cozy coming at you with another OP16 deck video. This time we're exploring the wonders of Blue Buggy, a 5,000 power, 5 life blue leader with the effect of Dawn ×1 once per turn. This effect can be activated when one of your Impel Down type character cards is removed from play. We get to play one Prisoners of Impel Down card from our hand. So how the deck list is going to work is we're going to explore the 2Ks, which you probably know what they are. We'll look at character lists, and then we'll look at events and stages if we run them. And so with that, let's go ahead and start with our 2K list. All right, welcome back to our 2K list, which oddly enough is going to be a single card of multiple variety. So we are running 4, 8, 12, 16, 18 copies of Prisoners of Impel Down. It is a 6-cost, 6,000 power 2K counter with the effect of we get to play as many of these as we want. Per the rules of the game, it does not affect us with this card. We can play as many copies as we want, which is really, really good because we now have a ton of 2Ks. If an Impel Down character would be removed from the field, we get to play one. And we kind of just build up from there, and we kind of just win by overwhelming number and sheer force. So, looking at our list, I am running just 3 copies of the blue Ivankov from OP16. It's just a blocker, 2 cost, 2,000 power, 1K counter, blocker, no big deal. Next up, I am running 4 copies of Mr. 1 Dazbones from OP16. 2 cost, 2,000 power, 1K counter with the Dawn ×1 effect on our turn. If we have 5 or more cards in our hand, he gains plus 3K. He becomes a 6K on our turn. And on play, we draw an additional card. So he replaces himself in the deck. Really, really good to have early game, just so that way if they do remove it, we can play Prisoners of Impel Down over it. Next up, I am running 4 copies of Mr. 2 Bonkure from OP16. 2 cost, 1,000 power, brick in hand, with the on-play effect of drawing 1 card. And then Dawn ×1 when attacking, this character's base power becomes the same as your opponent's leader power during the turn. So he's kind of like the 4-drop Bonkure from EBO1, where instead of ramping us a Dawn, it's giving us a card to hand. And it also attacks with the same power as the leader rather than the character, but it's also 1,000 power over the leader because we'll have a Dawn under him. So the skill we're going to require a 2K or additional blockers. Next up, I am running 3 copies of Crocodile from OP16. It is a 4-drop, 6,000 power brick in hand, blocker effect, and an on-play of we can return one of our characters with a cost of 2 or more to our hand, and then we can play an Impel Down type character with a cost of 2 or less from our hand. So we could bounce the Bonkure back to play it again, just so that way it is available for us to draw an additional card. Next up, I am running 4 copies of Mr. 3 Galdino. It is a 4-cost, 5,000 power, 1K counter. When attacking or activate main, you may trash this character to draw 2 and give up to 2 6-cost characters or less 2 rested Dawn for each one. So we could have like a Prisoners of Impel Down. We could have 2 of them. Play the Galdino, trash him, put that 4 Dawn here and here, and draw 2 additional cards, which is just absolutely insane in terms of value. What makes the Prisoners of Impel Down really, really strong in this deck is 4 copies of Buggy. It is a 5-cost, 6,000 power, 1K counter from OP16. On play, if your leader is the Impel Down type, which he is, we get to draw 1 card and play up to 1 Prisoner of Impel Down from our hand for free. So it's an 11 Dawn cycle flip. Once per turn, on your opponent's attack, you can make one of your Prisoners of Impel Down a blocker for the turn. Really great card just to have overall, and kind of really pushes them to really be more mindful of their swings. And I overall like it a ton. Next, I run 2 copies of Jozu. On play, we can return one of our characters to our hand, and then we can return a 6-cost or less character to our opponent's hand. Great bounce effect, 6 cost, 7,000 power, 1k counter. Just a great character to see on board and really just pressure them. It's not an Impel Down character, so if it does get removed, we don't get to replace it with the prisoners, but they're going to have a hard time getting rid of it and just dealing with it. Next up, I run 2 copies of Buggy from OP09. It is a 10-drop, 12,000 power character. On play, we can return one of our opponent's characters to the bottom of the deck, but if we don't have 5 characters with 5 cost or higher on the board, he also bottom decks himself, which is fine. I feel it's okay, ultimately, because we're going to have prisoners on board, at least 4 of them. Buggy would make the 5th, and we would be solid, just bottom decking everything. Lastly, on characters, I run 4 copies of the Edward Newgate blocker, a 10 cost, 12,000 power blocker. On play, we draw 2, trash 1, put 2 Dawn under our leader, and 2 Dawn under a character. So with this, it is kind of more so just to stabilize if we need to. Ultimately, it could just be a big attacker as well on the next turn, and it's also a really big blocker for them to try to not push for lethal or try to clean up the board. We can protect the board that way. And then lastly, for events, I'm running 2 copies of Gravity Blade. Super sick card, I feel, in this format, because it just gets rid of darn near everything. It can get rid of pesky blockers. It can get rid of like your Prisoners of Impel Down in the mirror match. And so it kind of just depends on when you want to use it. Ultimately, for me, I like clearing things out like Buggy and a Prisoners, so that way they can't really take the advantage of getting additional prisoners. They'll net 2 prisoners because it's an effect that removes them, but it's fine, I feel, in the mirror match, because what they're really getting is just an additional 6k body that can't be a blocker, and it removes a 2k counter from their hand. So overall, I call it a win-win. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below for this video. If you guys have any changes that you would make to the Buggy list, let me know. And I can't wait to see what the comments look like. And I will catch you guys in the next upload. Peace and love, y'all.
Thanks for riding with the vibe. Cozy games every time. Pulling leaders, making plays on the line. Sailing through the grand line, strategy refined. Catch your next match, stay locked in the grind.